Hey, RJ, you were hiding from me. You were not supposed to be in here. I thought everybody was in over there. RJ was hiding from me. Well, what's up, guys? It's Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and it's time to get back to work on the farm. Got some stuff to do today. I got some new implements to go pick up for the skid steer. Listen, I work with a lot of companies. I deal with a lot of companies, partner with a lot of companies. It's not sponsored by any means. Today's not. But back when we were at the National Farm Machinery Show, I met and got to talk to the guys in the Ironcraft booth. And I had never heard of Ironcraft, but they're not a new company. They've just changed the names. Used to be under a Titan name. Now they're called Ironcraft. But I didn't talk to them for several months, and then reached out a while back, and they got to talking with a guy from the company. Thought it was just like a social media representative or a sales guy. Turns out I really actually think he's either the owner or part owner in the company. I'm not sure. But I told him what I wanted for the Mill Creek property was some kind of big brush cutter to go in and remove cedar trees and stuff. And he said, well, I got a few different options. And we talked them over, and he said, well, why don't I just send you all three options? And then you can use them and review them, and we'll go from there and see what happens. So I don't own any of these implements that I've got to go pick up today. They still belong to the company. It's just a temporary partnership. But it's awesome. Some cool stuff to go on the front of this skid steer machine right here. One of them is way more than what I expected. Anyway, I'll show it all, tell you about it all later. But I actually come out early this morning and opened the gate for the goats. Hey, goats. I came out and opened the gate for them. I guess because I came back down here and I saw them, they all ran back in because they thought I was going to feed. And they're all hanging out over here. But I was letting them graze this pasture a little bit this morning. The geese seem to like it. They look like angels glowing in the sun. Look at them. They like that green stuff. But the goats must have got their belly full this morning and have come back to lounge around and chew their cud like goats do. But I think Houston's down here with his emu. How's Charlie?
Doing good.
All I can see is your back.
Well, I'm trying to catch her. It's a little bit difficult on the way that you're supposed to catch her.
The problem is Houston doesn't like to get pooped on. And
that too.
This emu poops all over him when he picks her up.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick it up. Just catch it, and you can just pet it on the ground. We're trying. We're trying to make sure it gets really good and socialized and tamed down. It's a work in progress, though. Especially when you leave for a week, huh?
Yeah.
When you're not home. But Charlie's done good. Baby ducks are scattered all over. Baby turkeys are scattered all over the place. Goose is doing her job.
Taking care of her.
Houston's tortoise is out cruising around in the sun this morning. You got a turkey buddy in there.
And there's a baby turkey too.
And a baby turkey. Yep. I'm gonna go check on Mom. Mom's up in the merch building working, I think.
Okay.
Oh, your hired hand's here.
Yeah.
I didn't see him over there. You working hard this morning?
Yeah.
How's the summer launch going?
Busy.
Busy?
Yes.
Lots of orders?
Lots of orders.
Must be nice just sitting in here working in the AC when it's 85 degrees out and you need a hoodie on. Some of us got to work for a living.
I was sweating, and so I had to turn on the air conditioner.
I don't blame you. All right, things are going good with the merch launch, I guess. Lots of stuff going out, lots of packages on the way. Let's see, this one's going to Tanya. How do you say that? Madeline? I want to show her address. In Erie, PA. This one's going to... How do I pick names that are so hard to say? Dawn Ninowinski.
Mine's going to Donaldson, Arkansas.
Donaldson, Arkansas. That's not a person's name. What's their name? Package is on the way.
Courtney Nut.
Courtney Nut. Really? I get all the hard names to say and you get Nut.
Yep.
All right. Well, y'all are doing good things.
Thanks.
Lots of merch. armsfamilyhomestead.com.
Are you providing lunch?
No, I'm
Workers
working.
Today?
I'm working.
Oh,
I'm not sitting around. I'm working.
no, well,
Got stuff to do, places to be.
everybody's got to eat.
Well, I guess I suggest you eat something. I'm going to work. All right, then I'll let them do their thing in the shop. Let them package all those orders and stuff. I got to run to town, pick up these implements, and pick back up with you guys. That thing will hurt you right there, won't it?
Yeah, that could chop your leg off.
It's called a disc mulcher.
What does that mean?
It eats trees.
Oh.
Drive up to little trees and just chews it all up. Well, that's 2 implements, and there's actually 3. But part of the deal, when you call your best friend and say, hey, can I drop these off at your shop? Because this is his wrecker yard, and I have things delivered here. He said, sure, but I want to borrow one. So there's one more implement. I'm not going to show you or tell you what it is right now until we get it. But there's one more implement, and let's get these things home and I'll tell you about it. All right, well, as you can see, I made it home and got these 2 implements unloaded. The first one is, both of them are from Ironcraft. Got a hair in my mouth. I'll leave a link to the Ironcraft website down below. 2 out of the 3 implements are here. The other one, like I said, is on loan. Haven't even got to use it yet, but that's probably the one that will get used the most. The first one here is a swing boom cutter. Now, Brock from Rock Hill Farm recently did a video on one of these, and it looks pretty awesome. So basically, it's like a brush hog, a brush cutter that will adjust in a lot of different ways hydraulically. So I can tilt it down flat or stand it up to trim, hedgerows, sides of roads, driveways, pond dams, things like that. But it'll also pivot right here. So instead of mowing directly in front of you, let me zoom out, you can move it off to the side. So like the down angle of a pond dam or something. That's probably what I'm going to be using today and testing it out a little bit, because I'm really curious to see how well this thing works. This implement is the one I'm a little bit intimidated by. This is a disc mulcher, also from Ironcraft, and it was something that I really honestly didn't think I would ever have. The Mill Creek property, which is really about 95% of the reason I even agreed to using this implement, is because of the Mill Creek property. The new 80 acres that we added over there is covered in cedar trees, and that guy right there will absolutely demolish them. A lot of people are familiar with drum mulchers, and they work a little bit different than a disc mulcher, but it's the same concept and does the same job. The only thing about this, I do not have a ballistic front glass on my skid steer yet. Mine right now is glass. It's not a safety glass. So I'm not gonna be able to use this much until we get that replaced, and that's in the works. It's on order. I may test it out, just hook it up, turn it on, cut up a few small trees just to show you guys today, but I will not be doing any heavy mulching with this thing until we get that safety glass on the front of it, because I just don't feel like having sticks thrown in my face. That thing spins at a very high speed and throws a lot of debris out. But it is a bad machine. This thing basically has teeth all the way around this disc, and as it spins, it just chews up and mulches anything and everything in its path. So I'm excited. I may, like I said, may try it out for just a little while. It is a high flow attachment, which my skid steer has high flow. Takes a little higher flow of electric hydraulic fluid through the machine to operate that thing. I do believe this is high flow also. I haven't even looked at all the connections yet. Yeah, it has a case drain on it, and it also has an electrical plug. So we'll I don't know, I want to test that out first, and then we'll hook this thing up and try it out too. You're definitely struggling trying to figure out what
tough.
Goes where, and it shouldn't be that difficult.
No, shouldn't be.
Well, I just thought I was going to demonstrate these two pieces of equipment for you guys today. We're having a few, let's call it growing pains. Not everything is universal in the equipment world. Let's just say that. So I've got the big disc mulcher still on here, and was trying to hook up the hydraulics to my skid steer. And as you can see, I've got 2 hydraulic fittings off of here and 2 off of there, and the case drain fitting off. I've kind of got everything laid out here. And I just got back from the hardware store where they work on hydraulic fittings and build hydraulic fittings and lines and do all that stuff. And needless to say, I'm still not going to be able to demonstrate this machine today. I did get off the phone. I did call one of the guys at Ironcraft, and they're going to hopefully be sending me the proper hydraulic fittings that will match up with my skid steer in the next couple days. And I thought, well, I actually plugged in the hydraulics from the side boom cutter, and it hooked up just fine, minus the case drain. Woo. Golly, those are hot. Forgot summertime's almost here. Oklahoma, you leave anything sitting out in the sun and it will burn your hands. Golly, that's hot. Should have parked this in the shade before I left. No, we can't use this thing right now, but look at this. Look at the bottom of this guy. Golly. Talk about something that'll do some damage. I mean, it looks good. Maybe we'll get to use it in a few days. So before we can even hook this cutter up, well, I can hook it up, before I can operate it and make everything function right, I've got to wire in this adapter. So the plug that came on the implement does not match up with the plug that I have, but that's just common because every manufacturer is a little different, and they sent me a wiring diagram for all the different plug styles in the bag full of adapters. Let's see if we can figure this out. I am not a wiring guy, but it literally is color coded with the wires. Shouldn't be that difficult. Famous last words, right? So we've got a 14 pin plug on here, and we're only using 10 pins. And this one is actually just like a 6-pin plug. That's why there's only 6 wires here. So we've got the adapter, all of those wires. Everything's lettered, and each color means a different letter. Remember that famous last words thing I said though? So Takeuchi, Bobcat, Cat, ASV, Gale, John Deere, Case, Kubota, New Holland. Darn. Well, looks like I'll be making another phone call. Well, I guess I've done all I can do. I honestly can't wait to try this out, and I don't want you guys to think anything negative about the company, or I'm not saying anything bad about Ironcraft at all. It's just part of the world of equipment, and you know, when you get new equipment and trying to match new stuff with what you've got, and you know, there's so many different fittings and so many different wiring plugs and things. It is what it is, and you know, I was really hoping, I was really excited to try this thing out today. I can't wait. I mean, this thing is like an arm that you can literally move around and go adjust way up high. The thing will reach like 16 feet up in the air to trim limbs, or down even negative below grade if like you're on a pond dam or something. And can't wait to try it out. And I guess the goats don't want to graze on the new green grass. They're all in here chewing on their cud. So I think I'll shut the gate here and go let the donkeys and alpacas down in here for the rest of the evening. Is that right, Larry? You just strutting your stuff today, buddy? Look at that baby turkey. The baby turkey's now hanging out with a duck. These birds around here are confused, but as long as somebody's watching over them, that's all that matters. The other 3 were actually running around with Goose somewhere. I don't know where she went. She had them here a minute ago. I just thought I was going to let the donkeys and alpacas into the bottom pasture. Couldn't figure out why they weren't down there at the gate waiting on me. There's some crazy lady in there with them. All right, the donkey lady's finished feeding them snacks, and I'm going to go turn them into the bottom pasture. This is not, I mean, there's still a lot of grass in here, but I'm going to turn them in and let them graze some of that down, and kind of do it a little bit at a time right now. You know, we planted that whole pasture. Turned the goats in there this morning. They kind of nibbled and picked at it a few times. I noticed them in there. Not a lot, but we'll see what the donkeys and alpacas want to do. Huh, Phoebe? You want to go get you a nibble? All right, Phoebe. Been a while since you girls have been in this pasture. Here, you got to let me open the gate, Phoebes. Go see if there's anything in there that tastes good. Farrah, you got a horsefly chasing you? I saw it. I'm sorry. It's just one big old horsefly. If you'd be still, I'd kill him for you. Now he's after you. That one horsefly is frustrating. I know the feeling. They get all over us when we go to the creek, too. You girls want a nibble? Oh, here come the alpacas. It's a race. I think Tina's going to win for sure. Let's go, Reba. Come on, run. She said, wait for me. I got little legs. Y'all want to graze the new pasture a little while? I'll take that as a yes. Reba, you got something hanging from your lips, as always. Lucy coming in last. All right. You girls go check out the new grass. Look, here's another example of where I drove the tractor and that precision seeder through. You can see exactly where I drove. But it looks good. Hey, RJ. You were hiding from me. You were not supposed to be in here. I thought everybody was in over there. RJ was hiding from me. Hey, buddy. I know you want to hang out with the ladies, but you got to go with me. RJ, come on. Let's go back to your pasture. I didn't even see you hiding from me over here. All right. RJ was being sneaky. I got him back in the pasture and back in the goat pen and separated from the girls. I'll let them do their thing. Wow, that's blurry. I'll let them do their grazing thing for a little while. And we don't want RJ in with the ladies right now. He's probably too young to breed, but still, that wasn't where he was supposed to be. All right, I just got a call back from the guys, and they said that the wiring schematics, the guys at Ironcraft, said the wiring schematics should be the same as the case schematics. So it's just color-coded plug and play. We're going to try this real quick and see if it works out. So it should be pretty simple. It says case, B for black, C for orange, D for yellow, E for blue, F for red, and they're all labeled in there appropriately. I know this doesn't matter to most of you guys, but it's interesting to me. I don't know. See if we can figure it out on our own here. I am not a mechanic or a wiring expert by any means, but I can plug in colors. C for orange. So get the orange wire. I don't even know where the C's at. C. It's right there. Make sure it comes all the way through. Okay. I didn't want y'all say, hey dummy, you forgot all these parts. I didn't put the rubber sleeve on, and I didn't put the back cap on, so now I gotta take all those back out and redo it. Come on, man. I told you I didn't do this for a living, right? Now, as long as everything I wired in works properly, we should be able to at least test out the features this thing will do. We can't run it because we don't have the case string, but they're shipping a new male fitting for this, for both attachments, so that I can hook up the case string. And they're going to ship me 2 different high flow adapters so it'll fit my New Holland. But maybe we can at least test this out and see if some of the features will work until we can actually use it. All right, let's see if it works. I've got quite the audience out here watching me work. Everybody's come to help. You guys are no help, really. You know that, right? Y'all are just kind of like attention seekers. That's what you are. Huh, Izzy? Are you an attention seeker? I know Earl is. Well, I was beginning to think we had another one of those spoke too soon moments. I could get the blades to turn, but I couldn't get any of the adjustments to work. But I figured it out. So on my skid steer controls, you got both sides. You've got extra hydraulics for 2 and 3, and then number 1's over here. 1 and 2, or number 1, 2, 3, nothing was working. But I could get the blades to spin. See there? Then I figured out you gotta lock the detent. Hello, George. So now look at that. We can also raise her up, tilt her down. But that detent has to be locked into place. There you go. Sometimes it's the little things. Tell you what, something finally went right, and I can't wait to try this thing out. Yes, it functions without that case drain, but I'm not going to actually get out here and test it out and use it until we get that case drain plugged in. I don't want to damage anything or, you know, overheat anything. And there's a reason that case drain's on there, so I'm going to wait. But we figured it out. We got it functioning. We got it working. So I'm looking forward to trying this thing out.